If you're thinking about buying the LG S95TR soundbar, stick around because I'm about to reveal some surprising truths that might just change your mind. This 9.1.5 channel powerhouse promises immersive Dolby Atmos and DTS, sound that will blow your home theater away. But here's what surprised me. It's not all cinematic magic and seamless setup like LG advertises. In fact, while some features shine, there are some serious caveats you need to hear before spending your hard-earned $749.99. Let's dive deep so you know exactly what to expect, and more importantly, who this soundbar is actually for. So, you want that rich 3D surround sound experience at home, right? The LG S95TR boasts a triple up-firing speaker system with a unique center channel dedicated to crystal-clear dialogue. That sounds impressive in theory, especially with the promise of wireless rear speakers that connect without a receiver. But after testing, the story gets more complicated. Are you a casual listener who wants straightforward plug-and-play, or an audiophile who demands pinpoint sound accuracy? Stay with me because the S95TR tries to do a lot, but somehow trips over its own ambitions. Before you get dazzled by features, here's a twist. Wireless doesn't always mean effortless. First, let's talk design and setup. This system is sleek, no doubt. The main soundbar is compact yet packed with tech, including LG's WOW interface, which lets you control both the soundbar and LG TV with one remote. Super convenient if you're already in LG's ecosystem. And hey, if you want to pretend you're James Bond during setup, the rear speakers plug straight into an outlet with no receiver needed. Basically plug and play, right? Well, almost. The wireless rear speakers can face connectivity hiccups depending on your room layout or Wi-Fi interference. One minute you're enveloped in surround sound, the next, the rear channels decide to take a nap. It's like trying to have a conversation with a friend who suddenly turns off mid-sentence. Now, talking sound quality, which is why most people buy this thing. The LG S95TR delivers a robust 9.1.5 channel output. The triple up-firing speakers, including the center dedicated to dialogue, do push a wider soundstage than standard soundbars. Dolby Atmos and DTS elevate the cinematic experience, making the speakers feel like they're throwing sound all around the room, not just from the front. However, here's the kicker. The room calibration system, which uses AI and a built-in microphone to optimize sound based on your space, works well but sometimes overcompensates. The result? You might end up with overemphasized highs or muted bass in spots, depending on the furniture placement or room shape. So, that perfect audio dome they advertise can sometimes feel more like an uneven tent. Pro tip: don't expect flawless sound without fiddling. Let's pause for a minute to address the gamers out there. With VRR and ALLM support up to 120 Hz pass-through, the S95TR promises lag-free performance syncing perfectly with your gaming visuals. This is a big deal since audio lag can ruin immersion, especially in fast-paced games. But here's where my inner gamer started to twitch. The soundbar's latency was mostly fine, but not consistent. Some games and modes triggered slight audio delays or glitches. So, if you're a competitive gamer who needs flawless audio timing, this might frustrate you. The worst part: the user manual doesn't make clear when you're getting the best performance or when settings might screw things up. Rehook moment. So far, this sounds like a mixed bag, right? But there's more that could make or break your experience, especially if you want to pair this with your LG TV or use voice assistants. LG's WOW Orchestra feature is designed to blend your TV and soundbar speakers into a harmonious audio experience, controlled by a single remote. That's convenient and quite nifty, particularly for LG TV owners who want a simple setup. The built-in wireless Dolby Atmos connectivity means wires won't clutter your living room. But here's the twist. This magic mostly happens if you have a compatible LG TV model. If you don't, you're missing out on the seamless wireless syncing and integrated controls. That means for non-LG TV owners, the S95TR might as well be a high-maintenance diva. Also, the voice assistant integration is a nice touch, supporting Google Assistant and Alexa, plus Chromecast and AirPlay 2. However, the reality of voice commands is a bit hit or miss. You can tell it to play music or adjust volume, but complex commands or multi-device control sometimes get misinterpreted. Imagine telling Alexa to turn down the bass, and instead the subwoofer goes silent, or asking Google to switch sound modes, and you end up with a random podcast playing. It's cute, but far from flawless smart home integration. Now, before you think this is all doom and gloom, we have to talk about the positives. Because the LG S95TR really does deliver moments of brilliance. When it's working properly, the bass from the wireless subwoofer can rattle your chest in a way that makes watching movies truly immersive. The wireless rear speakers, when connected smoothly, create a soundstage that fills an entire room better than most soundbars. And that triple up-firing speaker setup means your dialogue comes through clearer than you might expect from a regular bar. No more missing key plot points, no more confused, "What did they say?" moments during action sequences. Also, LG's advanced room calibration is a pretty cool feature in theory, using AI to customize sound based on your space. Yes, you sometimes need to tweak settings, but for a mid-price soundbar, this kind of adaptability is impressive. It personalizes sound output in a way older systems never could. So, if you're willing to put in a bit of time tweaking, you can get very close to that perfect home theater setup. Rehook again, but here's a question that often comes up. Is the LG S95TR worth $749.99? Considering its average Amazon rating of 4.4 stars, customer opinions have been mixed. Some praise the rich 3D sound and wireless convenience. Others complain about connectivity issues and occasional sound drops. So, who is this soundbar really for? If you're a tech-savvy user with an LG TV looking for an immersive Dolby Atmos experience without the hassle of a full home theater system, this might be your dream setup. If you prefer plug-and-play simplicity with zero troubleshooting, or if you plan to mix brands on your home theater components, you might want to rethink. Here's a little story for you. My friend bought the LG S95TR expecting a seamless experience to impress guests during movie nights. At first, it lived up to the hype. The room filled with immersive sound, and everyone sat wide-eyed during the action scenes. But then, halfway through the third movie, the rear speakers just stopped working, mid-popcorn crunch. After fiddling with connections and a lot of head-scratching, the system came back, but only temporarily. It turned out his living room atmosphere, with lots of wireless devices, was causing interference, and the AI room calibration couldn't fully compensate. Moral of the story: wireless is awesome until it's not. Let's sprinkle in some humor here. Why did the soundbar break up with the TV? Because it felt their relationship was a bit one-sided, only one channel of communication. Or imagine the rear speakers starting a hide-and-seek game because they're wireless and can escape anytime. Your sound system shouldn't be more mysterious than a magician's trick, right? Okay, one more. What do you call a soundbar that tells jokes? A fundamental speaker. All right, back to business. Now to wrap things up with some clarity. The LG S95TR is a powerful piece of audio tech boasting fantastic features like Dolby Atmos, triple up-firing channels for rich spatial sound, and wireless rear speakers for enveloping surround sound. The integration with LG TVs through WOW Orchestra and WOW Interface can simplify your setup if you're brand loyal. However, be prepared for some quirks. Wireless speaker connectivity can be flaky, AI room calibration might require patience, and voice assistant controls aren't perfect. For gamers, the low latency is a plus, but it's not bulletproof. So, should you buy it? If you love tinkering with your setup, own an LG TV, and crave immersive, premium sound at home, the S95TR is worth considering. It brings cinema-level audio into your living room and can really transform your entertainment experience. But if you want a no-hassle, perfectly user-friendly device out of the box, or use other TV brands, you might hit some speed bumps. Remember, every great sound system has its quirks, but the LG S95TR aims high and mostly delivers impressive audio performance for the price. Want to check the current best deal? I've included the Amazon link in the description below. Don't miss out on potentially catching this soundbar at a great price so you can start enjoying movies, games, and music like never before. Thanks for watching and happy listening.